Modern life feels like a relentless storm, where focus is a rare luxury. We're constantly pulled into a whirlwind of information, social media, and fleeting distractions, often neglecting the most important thing, ourselves. But here's the truth. If you don't make yourself a priority, who will? If you don't take control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you'll always be at the mercy of external forces. In today's video, we're diving deep into how to reclaim your time, master your actions, and apply the wisdom of Stoicism to navigate life's chaos. This isn't just about cutting screen time or managing a to-do list. It's about fundamentally changing how you engage with the world. By the end of this video, you'll have a practical toolkit to block out distractions and build a life of focus and purpose. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single insight. Taking control of your life isn't just an option, it's a necessity. Breaking free from the endless pull of distractions and external pressures starts with one realization. You are the one in charge. The moment you understand that your thoughts, emotions, and actions are within your control, everything changes. That's exactly what Stoicism teaches. Focus on what you can control, your mindset, your choices, and your responses to the world. The wisdom of the ancients holds the key to living a more intentional, purpose-driven life. Let's unlock it together. Before we begin, hit the like button below. This isn't just a simple click, it's a commitment to stop tolerating what destroys you. Comment on what resonates with you most. What lesson do you wish you had learned sooner? Share this video with those still trapped in toxic cycles, and most importantly, subscribe now, because what you're about to hear will change how you see others, and more importantly, how you see yourself. Life today is like a storm of endless distractions where focus feels like a rare commodity. We're constantly bombarded with choices, what to prioritize, how to react to challenges, and where to invest our time and energy. If we don't make these decisions intentionally, we end up merely reacting to whatever life throws our way. But when we take control, we stop living on autopilot and start acting with purpose. Here's the key. Taking charge of your life doesn't mean isolating yourself or doing everything alone. It means understanding your core values, aligning your actions with them, and setting boundaries that protect what truly matters. It's about knowing when to say yes, and more importantly, when to say no. Think about how often you found yourself overwhelmed, tied to commitments that don't align with your long-term goals. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve you, you're not just giving away time, you're giving away your energy, your focus, and ultimately a piece of yourself. This is where responsibility comes in. Stoicism doesn't just teach us to endure hardships, it urges us to take full ownership of our lives, our happiness, and our well-being. If you want your life to change, you must change how you live it. That means reshaping habits, rethinking commitments, and restructuring how you spend your time. Imagine the freedom that comes with that level of control. No longer at the mercy of circumstances, you can choose how to respond to setbacks and stay focused on your long-term vision. This mindset shift is powerful. It's not just about avoiding negativity. It's about actively creating a life that aligns with what truly matters to you. And with that comes an incredible sense of peace. Instead of feeling tossed around by life's chaos, you move through it with clarity and calm, knowing you have the inner strength to handle whatever comes your way. The power of discipline and sacrifice. Discipline and sacrifice often sound like daunting concepts, things that require extreme effort or deprivation. But in reality, they are tools that help you build a life that reflects your deepest values. They're about choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term gratification. The Stoics weren't against joy, they simply believed in choosing lasting joy over fleeting pleasures. Building discipline is like strengthening a muscle. It allows you to make consistent choices that align with your values, even when it's difficult. And sacrifice? It's not about loss, it's about investment. Every time you say no to distractions, you're saying yes to something more meaningful. Want to start a business? That might mean sacrificing idle weekends, striving for better health. That might mean making better food choices. These small sacrifices, made consistently, shape the life you truly want. And here's the interesting part. Discipline and sacrifice feed into each other. The more disciplined you are, the easier it becomes to make sacrifices, because you're clear on what you're working toward. It's not about feeling restricted, it's about feeling empowered. It's like following a map. Even if the journey is tough, you know you're on the right path. The simplicity of discipline. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but it's easier said than done. And you're right, it's not easy, but it is simple. Discipline doesn't complicate life, it simplifies it. When you set clear rules for yourself, rules based on your values, decision-making becomes effortless. There's no more second-guessing or endless deliberation. You know what's important, so every choice becomes more straightforward. Embracing discipline and sacrifice also leads to something even more powerful: self-respect. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, reliable, and worthy of success. That self-trust is the foundation for everything else. This isn't about being rigid or overly harsh with yourself. It's about being honest about what it takes to live a life you're proud of, and then having the courage to live it. At the end of the day, these principles aren't just useful, they're everything. They help you rise above daily distractions, stay focused on what truly matters, and build a life of purpose. A well-structured day, where every task and every moment serves a purpose, reflects a well-structured mind. And that ultimately is what Stoicism is all about. Intentionality and focus aren't just about productivity, they're about making sure that what we do truly matters. It's about aligning our daily actions with our long-term vision. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living deliberately, refusing to drift passively through life. Instead, they saw life as something to be carefully shaped, like a sculptor chiseling a statue from marble. So, how do we craft our lives with intention? It starts with how we spend our time and energy each day. Scheduling and focus aren't just efficiency tools, they're essential disciplines that help us live with purpose and virtue. Take a moment to reflect on your typical day. How much of it is spent on things that truly align with your core values? How much is lost to distractions, mindless scrolling, or obligations that don't serve you? Without a clear schedule and strong focus, it's easy to drift. The modern world is designed to pull our attention in countless directions: notifications, social media, entertainment, and endless noise. If we're not careful, our time gets consumed by things that don't contribute to our growth. The art of focus isn't just a skill, it's a practice, almost a form of meditation. It's the ability to bring your attention back again and again to what truly matters. No matter how many times your mind wanders, you consciously return to the present moment and the task at hand. This kind of presence is what keeps you engaged in your own life. The power of scheduling. Scheduling isn't about rigidly controlling every second of your day. It's about setting priorities. A well-structured schedule acts as a shield, protecting your focus from the constant pull of distractions. It ensures that your energy is spent on what truly matters rather than being drained by trivialities. Stoicism isn't just about enduring life, it's about living it fully, but with reason and thoughtfulness. By structuring your time around your priorities, you create a roadmap to your best self. And when you follow that roadmap with consistency, external circumstances become less relevant. You stay on course regardless of what's happening around you. The peace of structure. There's a deep sense of peace that comes from a disciplined approach to life. When you know what needs to be done and when you're going to do it, stress and uncertainty fade. You no longer waste time wondering when you'll get around to important tasks or whether you're making progress towards your goals. Your schedule takes care of that. This clarity brings a calm confidence, allowing you to fully engage with each moment, knowing you're exactly where you need to be. How to begin? Start by evaluating how you currently spend your time. Identify the distractions and habits that don't align with your long-term goals. Then clarify what you truly want to accomplish, both in the short and long term. Build your schedule around these priorities, blocking out time for meaningful work and eliminating the unnecessary. Be ruthless about cutting distractions. Like any skill, focus and structured living improve with practice. The more you train yourself to stay present and adhere to a thoughtful schedule, the more natural it becomes. What might initially feel restrictive will eventually feel like freedom, the freedom to live a life aligned with your deepest values. The journey over the destination. In a world obsessed with results, we often overlook the process, the part where real transformation happens. We're so fixated on reaching our goals that we forget to appreciate the lessons, struggles, and moments that shape us along the way. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, and while we can influence outcomes, we can't guarantee them. What we can control, however, is our effort, attitude, and approach, the process. By shifting our focus from results to the actions that lead to them, we gain a deeper sense of fulfillment. It's not just about reaching the peak of the mountain, it's about becoming the kind of person who can climb mountains at will. Because if all we care about is the destination, we miss the lessons that come from the climb. The challenges we face, the harsh winds, the steep climbs, are more than just obstacles, they are lessons. Each one prepares us not just for a single goal, but for any challenge that may come our way. When we focus on the process rather than just the outcome, we cultivate adaptability, resilience, and readiness. We don't just become temporary champions, we become masters of adaptation. The dangers of chasing only results. When we fixate solely on results, we may be tempted to take shortcuts. Yes, we might achieve our goals, but at what cost? A foundation built too hastily is weak, ready to collapse at the first sign of adversity. But when we value the process, we ensure that we are building something sustainable, brick by brick, with our own hands. This approach fosters integrity, authenticity, and lasting success, something that quick wins simply cannot match. Finding joy in the process. By embracing the process, we also unlock the ability to find joy in the everyday. Each step forward becomes meaningful, not just the moment of achieving a goal. The Stoics found fulfillment in performing each task with care and presence, living according to virtue in the now, rather than dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the shifting perspective. How do we shift our mindset from result-driven to process-oriented? Start by setting small, process-based goals alongside your larger ambitions. Instead of simply aiming to lose weight, a result, set a goal to walk a certain number of steps each day or cook a healthy meal each evening, a process. Celebrate these small victories just as much as the final achievement. Over time, these habits compound, shaping the kind of life you want to live, one day at a time. Cultivating patience. Patience is a virtue central to Stoic philosophy, but patience isn't just about waiting. It's about maintaining the right mindset while working toward your goals, recognizing that some things cannot be rushed. Trusting the process teaches us resilience, openness, and the ability to appreciate the journey rather than just the destination. The power of solitude. In a world that never stops buzzing, solitude can feel like a forgotten art. Too often, it's mistaken for loneliness, but there's a profound difference. Choosing solitude isn't about isolation, it's about reconnecting with yourself. In the quiet, free from distractions and external pressures, we can hear our own thoughts more clearly. We can reflect, plan, and align our actions with our values. Stoicism places great importance on this self-mastery, understanding that some of the most important conversations we will ever have are the ones we have with ourselves. Solitude is not about escaping the world, it's about preparing ourselves to engage with it more effectively. It offers space for self-reflection, a core Stoic practice. By regularly stepping back to examine our thoughts and behaviours, we gain clarity, acknowledge our strengths and weaknesses, and course correct when necessary. This kind of self-awareness is essential for growth and resilience, strengthening inner resolve. In solitude, we are the architects of our thoughts. There is no crowd to influence us, no external pressure to sway our decisions. It is just us and our principles. This is where we cultivate fortitude, endurance, and self-reliance. Learning to be comfortable in our own company strengthens our confidence and independence. Embracing solitude in a noisy world. So how can we integrate solitude into our daily lives? Start small. Dedicate a few minutes each day to sit quietly with your thoughts. This could be a morning reflection on what you want to accomplish, or an evening review of what you've learned. These moments aren't about idleness. They are purposeful pauses that help recalibrate your mind and spirit. Importantly, solitude doesn't mean withdrawing from the world. Just as our bodies need rest after exertion, our minds need quiet after constant stimulation. Solitude offers a sanctuary, a place to recharge so we can navigate life's complexities with a calm and steady demeanour. The gift of perspective. One of the greatest rewards of solitude is the renewed appreciation for our relationships. When we spend time alone reflecting, we often return to our connections with fresh insights and a deeper sense of gratitude. Rather than taking them for granted, we see them with new clarity and understanding. Thank you for taking the time to explore these ideas with me. Remember, in the silence of solitude, we discover our deepest strength. If you're ready to continue on this journey of wisdom, focus, and resilience, be sure to check out the next video on your screen. Let's keep growing together. See you there.